Gamer Gacha. Game on.
Hello everyone and welcome back. Pilot Saito here. And honestly speaking, this is the last costume I want to be in right now, considering what happened to me last time. I mean, seriously, I was so stupid to not even realize I have teleportation magic. I could have used that to teleport myself back home instead of crashing like a meteor straight to Earth. Sheesh. Well, I hope whatever happens after this, I will remember to use teleportation magic this time. But in any case, today I'll be playing a game called Fantasy Zone. It's a short game, so all of this will be covered today. But either way, let's begin playing the game. Alright, Fantasy Zone. So let me insert a coin here and let's begin. And that's how it is the story. So let me explain to you. Fantasy Zone is a 1986 arcade video game developed by Sega and the first game in the Fantasy Zone series. It was later ported to a wide variety of consoles, including the Master System. The player controls a sentient spaceship named Opa Opa, who fights an enemy invasion in the titular group of planet, considering how many enemies I'm facing at the moment right now. So yeah, that's the truth. Ooh, money, money, money. Give me money. The main character, Opa Opa, is sometimes referred to as Sega's first mascot character. I doubt it, but I guess if they considered that to be so. The game design and main character have many similarities to the earlier Twin B. Twin B being the, well, shoot 'em up game just like Fantasy Zone, but it was developed in Japan actually. And both are credited with establishing the shoot 'em up subgenre. It also popularized the concept of a boss rush, a stage where the player faces multiple previous bosses again in succession. Numerous sequels were made over the years. Yeah, I'm gonna be facing that in the last one, but for right now, I'm facing Stumpalon. Stumpalon, seriously, just because he looks like a stump, you have to call him Stumpalon? Well, whatever the case, I won. It wasn't that hard to begin with. Here we go, Tabas. Oh, but first I'll go to the shop. In the parts shop, you can buy various equipment as long as you have the money, but since I don't have much, I'll be buying the big wings. Yep, this is how it is. Now let's continue. As I was saying, Fantasy Zone's gameplay is similar to William's Defender. I don't really know much about that game since I never played it, but it would be good. Instead of the screen continually scrolling in one direction, the player can freely move left and right with the camera following the player's movement and levels wrapping up in both directions. Yeah, but considering the movement of the camera, it's hard to see when the enemies will come up in your direction. So yeah, it has a bit of a disadvantage for me. The player, okay, here's how the gameplay works. The player controls the Opa Opa, a sentient ship. First is firing the main gun in the direction Opa Opa is facing, while the second button drops air to ground bombs. Yeah, that's not very helpful sometimes, but sometimes it can be helpful in the game. And I'll show you when I face some of the bosses. A boss that will require the bombs actually. Okay, so as I was saying, the objective in each level is to destroy a fixed number of bases found on the level. A small radar on the bottom of the screen shows the location of all remaining bases. Once all bases are destroyed, the boss of the level appears with the Opa Opa automatically facing it. Yeah, considering what happened in the first one, that's how it went down. First I have to clear up these enemies that are trying to come after me, and then the boss will be initiated. And just like that, the boss has been initiated. Now I'm facing Volenda. By the way, he looks like a beaker. No, a spear beaker, something like that. In order to defeat him, I have to turn all the green spears he have into, well, destroy all the green spears. So yeah, it's not that big of a deal, but you kind of have to watch out the bullets he's firing from his top. Just a little bit more and he is done for good. The bosses in here are not that hard, but not so easy either. Well, as long as you have strategy and techniques and skills, you might be able to handle him. Next, we're in La Dune. First, I'm going to the shop. And I'll buy the turbo engine and the laser beam. I like the laser beam actually. It really makes quick work of my enemies. Die, die, die! This is so easy. But while I'm doing that, let me continue. Fantasy Zone was ported to the Master System, MSX, Nintendo Entertainment System, X68000, and PC Engine, all with similar gameplay. For example, the Master System version lacks some features such as the radar that indicates the location of the bases, or a gauge that indicates energy level, and 2 of the bosses were replaced by alternate bosses. Yeah, I'll tell you about that later. 2 different versions were released for the Famicom and the NES. The Japanese version was released in 1987, developed and published by Sunsoft. The American version was released in 1989, developed by Pixel and published unlicensed by Tengen. Oh dear, now we're dealing with the next boss, Koba Beach. Remember when I said that the bombs will be helpful in the next boss? Yeah, this is what I meant. He's a kind of a hard boss to deal with, so I had to strategize a little bit. He actually fires lasers at me in a roundabout manner, so I have to be really careful and learn his pattern. And well, I had to practice a lot, so yeah, I was able to do that, and voila, he is defeated. Almost. Now he's defeated. Yep, another boss cleared. And the bombs really helped a lot too. Now, let's go back to the laser shop again. Oh wait, I meant the parts shop. I'm getting the laser beam. I really like the laser beam. But why is it just a red, black and white palette? It doesn't make any sense. Well, it doesn't matter. It was the developer's idea, so I can't do anything about it. In 1997, Fantasy Zone was released in the Sega Ages series in Japan for the Sega Saturn. Oh sheesh, I wanna continue, but the boss is about to start already. Man, I'm good. The next enemy I'm facing is Crabbunger. Man, his name is hard to pronounce. But in the Super Master System or the Sega Ages series, there was a different boss, and its name was Ultra Super Big Maximum Great Strong Thought, which is very mouthful. I mean, who even named this boss? It's like a 2-year-old named this one. But whatever the case, I defeated Crabbunger. Man, that's really hard to pronounce his name. But either way, parts shop! And give me the laser beam. Thank you very much. Now, as I was continuing, Fantasy Zone was re-released as an enhanced remake for the PlayStation 2, again in the Sega Ages series, which I am not playing at the moment, but in the future maybe I will. Although similar in appearance to the arcade version, even incorporating the original arcade sound, this version uses polygon instead of sprites and adds some stages, including bonus levels. Here I go with the parts shop again and get the laser. We're getting laser beam twice in a stage, that's new. Okay, as I was saying, this game mode is very similar to Space Harrier or the unreleased Space Fantasy Zone. This version was released in North America and Europe as part of the Sega Classics collection. I was supposed to explain about that boss, but I guess it's gone. Its name was Papoose, but I guess it's done, so I'm heading to the next one. Okay, so where's the shop? There's the shop, come here. Laser beam, please. And the rocket engine. Alright, now I'm super fast and strong for a limited amount of time. So as I was, so let me continue. For the ports, what I was explaining about the ports. Fantasy Zone was released for mobile phones in 2002 in Japan and in August 2003 in the United States. Due to hardware limitations, this version was divided in 3 different parts. Now, if I can just get my hands on the laser again, and those enemies are really annoying. Come on, come on, yes! Now give me the laser, laser! Yes! Time to save myself, again! Well, by running away a little bit. Okay, so Due to hardware limitations, this version was divided in 3 different parts. The Master System version was re-released in Japan for the Virtual Console on March 11, 2008, for Europe and Australia on April 11, and in North America on April 14. Well, leaving that aside, now I'll explain about the next boss. The next boss I'm facing is Winklone. Well, in the Super Master System, the boss that I would have faced if I was playing in that console would have been DZ Denoroma, which is kind of a weird name, sounds like a superhero name, but yeah, it's DZ Denoroma. Yeah, the only way to defeat this guy, Winklone, is, well, to shoot at him, but it's kind of hard because of the spears that is acting like a barrier around him. Thank God the bullets are so narrow, otherwise it would have been difficult. And I have to admit, Winklone was kind of a hardest boss to deal with. I had to learn a lot about him in order to, well, get him to begin with. In any case, Boss Shop, Laser Beam, let's go. Man, I really take a lot of laser beams. But what can I say? It's my favorite weapon in the game. I mean, some other players use the 7-way shot, but for me, I personally like the laser beam. Even though it's not very stylish, it's just a color palette of 3 colors, but hey, it is good, it is good. In any case, laser beam again, and let's go. So while I'm dealing with the enemies, let me continue. On September 18, the final Sega Ages disc was devoted to the series Fantasy Zone Complete Collection instead of a 3D remake. It compiles all the games in the series, including spin-offs, all of Sega's own versions, and a remake of Fantasy Zone 2 for System 16 hardware. Oh dear, now we're facing the next boss. Truth be told, this boss is a little bit annoying, but had to deal with him. Have to deal with him. In any case, this boss's name is IDA2. Why do they call it IDA2? What happened to the IDA1? Well, it doesn't matter. IDA2 is, well, a really annoying boss. He just splits himself and then forms in the area where the sentient player is, you know, Opa. So, in order to, well, deal with him, you have to shoot him while avoiding him at the same time. And I know I said that Winklone is a hard boss, but this one is even harder than ever. I have to strategize a lot in order to find out how to defeat him in a better way than getting myself killed. But yeah, looks like I'm in the boss rush now. I'll just purchase this, purchase laser beam, and one of everything. Well, I say one of everything, but I had no extra time. But yeah, this is how it will go. Everything has been said, got the rocket engine, 7-way shot, now let's go! First boss again, Stumpalon. Just like before, just aim at his mouth when he's, well, firing at you. It doesn't work at the other times. While I'm battling all the bosses, I'll just finish what I want to say. The original arcade version is unlockable in Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. A 3D port of the game was released on March 19, 2014 for the Nintendo 3DS titled 3D Fantasy Zone Opa Opa Bros, which featured Opa Opa's brother Oopa Oopa. I don't know much about Oopa Oopa considering he never made much appearance in the Fantasy Zone series, but yeah, it says that he had a brother. So yeah, that's how it is. Man, taking these boss out is gonna take some time, but well, I practiced a lot and I know their movements on how it goes. So yeah, I already defeated Stumpalon and Volanda. Now I'm facing Koba Beach again. But considering this is a boss rush, they're going to be a little harder than ever. So yeah, that's how it is. The arcade version is a mini-game in several entries in the Yakuza series, beginning with Yakuza 0. It is identical to the original arcade release except the addition of a rapid fire button. Yeah, this game doesn't have a rapid fire button, and that's why I'm using my fingers. You know, it really hurts. I have to press so many times for the fast shot. I can't do anything about it. And using the bombs again. It's a good thing I was able to find a way to strategize when fighting against the Koba Beach, because the last time I fought Koba Beach, I died a lot. So yeah, I had to have used bombs for this. And yeah, he's defeated. Now let's next boss, Bumger. But if I was doing the boss rush in the Sega Master System, I would be facing Ultra Super Big Maximum Great Strong Dot. Again, a 2-year-old would have named this. What the heck is with this name? But yeah, I have to beat him. Now, if I can only avoid the bullets he's throwing at me. He kinda reminds me of an octopus who's throwing his tentacles at me. Moving his tentacles and throwing bullets at me. Ink, to be more precise. Another one done. Next time dealing with Popus. I wasn't able to explain him because I defeated him quickly using the laser. But now I can tell about Popus. Well, not much to explain. He's just a snowman who's throwing snow bullets at me. I mean, they look like snow bullets in my opinion. So yeah. Honestly speaking, I am so glad I'm so able to find out where he's shooting from so I can avoid it. Yep, that's another one down. Oh wait, then the next one is Winkalone. Yeah, don't like this particular enemy. Along with IDA too, which I'm going to face after defeating him, of course. Yikes. I have to say, out of every enemy I faced, Winkalone is actually really creepy. I mean, he's just a floating eyeball in a round of spears. What did you expect? He is very creepy. I mean, you can think of it sometimes that's how it is. But yeah, I have to really avoid him. His speed just increases every time he's damaged. Just a little bit more and I almost got... Oh yeah, I did it. Wait, that means it's IDA 2 now. Okay, like before. I can shoot him for the time being, but when he goes super fast, that's when I'll have to use the bombs at him. Only by using the bombs I can try making a difference. I kinda lost in him a lot of times, so I just hope this works out. Okay, come on. Just have to throw the bombs at the right time. Come on. Oh, this is so hard. Come on, come on. And come on. Yes! That's how my strategy works. Now we're dealing with the final boss, Opapa, who is Opa's father. He's sending the Nanans after us, after me, so I have to be really careful. So yeah, he's the last boss, and the only way to defeat him is to defeat all the Nanans he's sending after Opa. I can't believe he's attacking his own son. Well, it can't be helped. That's just how, well, villainy works. Come on, come on. Okay, last one. I have to fool him. Come on, come here, now. Yes! What an idiot! And with that, I did it! But at what cost is what it is going to say. Opa, the player has now destroyed the invading army and restored peace to the fantasy zone. However, he has mixed emotions because his long-lost father was the chief of the enemy forces. One burning question that will remain with him until his dying days. Yep, it was sad, but that's just how it is now. Well, Opa, don't be sad, because we the players are here with you. I'll just be inputting my name here and then we'll end it off here. Okay. Thanks for watching everyone. That sure was a close call. Enemy numbers always increase when you're close to finishing a level. And the fact that the final level had a boss rush just made it more difficult for me. I mean, I practiced all of it before playing the game and made sure not to lose in this gameplay, but it still was too much for me to handle. But hey, in the end, I emerged victorious and saved Fantasy Zone. Though I feel bad for Opa considering he had to learn the harsh truth about his father. But hey, that's life. You never know who will end up betraying you in the future. That's something we have to carefully consider when living our own lives. But enough of the heavy talk. For now, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for next week's reminder. Until then, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and see you later. Yeah!
Let's see if it worked. Yes, it worked. My transmutation potion worked. But I wasn't expecting him to turn into Opa Opa. I wonder if this happened because he was playing Fantasy Zone. Who cares? If I can create a polymorph potion or disguise potion, I can change our costumes personally without having to rely on Saito's magic. And judging by the redness I'm seeing on Saito /Opa Opa, I better run.